That means that you have to do some sort of work to fit it, but
Yes, yes,
it will fit. Obviously, it will fit. Static page will
yes,
obviously fit. So
yes,
actually, the difference is that in case of dynamic page and with the static page is in case of dynamic page, the response will change with successive request. But in case of static page, it won't be changed. But the similarity is that both the static and the dynamic page are residing in the web server. They are not residing in the client machine.
yes, sir.
Or client machine may be key in if you run your in your own machine, then there will be two separate sections. There will be two virtual environment. In one environment there is a server is running, in another environment client is running. So it will be actually run in that server environment rather than in the client environment. So in your machine, you itself is a server, you are itself is a client. So in such a case, there is a no physical existence of client machine and the server machine. So in case of that, there is a two separate environment. We call it as a virtual environment. One virtual environment is related to server, another virtual environment is related to the client. So in that case, if it is a dynamic web page, it will be run inside that virtual portion of the web server. So if you install XAMPP in your machine, what will happen? That means you are actually installing a web server, Apache web server, and then you are sending a request from the client from your own machine. That means you are now is a client and you are sending a request to the server. So where is the server? Ideally, we feel the server and client should be geographically apart, not in the same location. But in our case, it is in the same location. So how will you manage it? By creating two separate environment, one environment for the server, another environment for the client, and it will be executed. So what we can say in case of the static page and the dynamic page, the environment is the same. That means they will execute it in the server side. But in case of the active page, it will be always executed on the client side, and it will be downloaded and it will be executed on the client side. And what is the difference between the static with the dynamic and the active page is that in case of the static, the content will not be changed on successive requests, but in case of dynamic and active page, the content will change based on your successive request. That is the difference. Any doubt? Any doubt? If you have any
No,
doubt, you
sir.
can raise. Anyone, if you have any doubt, you can raise it. I am not in the chat box. It is not visible in my chat box, so don't write anything right now in the chat box. Just unmute your microphone and answer whether the concept is clear or not. It should be clear. So when you are actually doing the DBMS lab, where is your server and who is your client? They are on the same machine or they are on the different machine? In the DBMS lab, in the college environment, there is a separate existence of the server and the client. But when you are using the Oracle or the MySQL in your own machine or in your desktop or in your PC, what happened? In that case, your machine itself is a server, another on the other hand, it's also is a client. So there is the existence of both server and client. Don't assume that server means it should be always a big one. It should be decided in a somewhere in a distance or a remote location. Not always it is a true, but there will be a separation, logical separation between the client and the server. Same thing happen in case of our hard disk. When you say there is a partition C drive and the D drive, do you think there is a physical division between C and D drive? What do you feel? Is there any physical division? No, there is a logical division. So it is also in case of the web server, website, and the web page. So if you have any doubt, you can raise it within 1 minute. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next slide. If you don't have, just said no, we don't have any. So we can move on to the next slide. Okay, I think uh, the concept is more or less clear. Now we go into this section, introduction of applet. What is an applet? Now you know already applet is a kind of active page, that is a small Java program that can be embedded into an HTML page and can be executed via a web enabled browser or via a tool name. What we name it? We name it as a applet viewer. What you have done in the lab using applet viewer, or sometimes you are using the browser. So it's a very flat definition. Applet is a kind of active page. That means it will be executed on your machine. The client machine is a small Java program. It's not a very lengthy one. It's a small one. And it can be what we can do. What we can do, it can be embedded. It can be embedded. Where it can be embedded? It can be embedded into an HTML page. That is the importance. It can be embedded inside an HTML page and can be executed via a web-enabled browser. So, web-enabled browser means a browser where Java interpreter is installed, not the Java compiler. Okay, we have to understand the difference between compiler and interpreter. In case of Java environment, compiler is the first step in Java programming when we convert a Java program into a bytecode, and it is the role of the interpreter who will actually execute the .class file or the bytecode to produce our desired result. Is it clear? What is the difference between a interpreter and a compiler in the context of Java? A compiler does the compilation. It converts the .java program into an equivalent bytecode or the class code, and that class code is actually interpreted by an interpreter and converted into an executable format, and when the executable format runs, then we'll only get back the result. So when we say Java enabled browser, that means there is no existence of the compiler, there is a presence of interpreter. Understood? Or what we can do, we can get one thing here, a tool. And what is the name of the tool? The name of the tool is the applet viewer. There should not be any space between applet and a viewer. I have accidentally put a space between applet and a viewer, but it should be together, applet viewer. There should not be any space in between applet and the viewer. Okay, so move on to the next page. Uh, what is the introduction of applet? What we can say? Now, apps means here applications. So apps, by the term apps, I try to mean is an application. Application are standalone that occasionally get compiled and linked into a machine code, frequently compiled in which frequently compiled into bytecodes. So when we develop an application like write a Java program to create a factorial or write a Java program to show the use of the constructor, what we do, we are building an application. Here application is apps, which is compiled and finally it is linked and it will convert it into a machine code which is independent, is that it is not dependent on anything. But in case of applets, that must be get interpreted by interpreter and it should be run under a bigger program that is basically called as web browser, or that is run inside a tool. The name of the tool is a applet viewer. So application are independent. They don't have any dependency on any other thing. But in case of applet, they cannot execute it by their itself. They don't have any their own legs. So for their, they are the parasite type of people, and they must use some sort of bigger or larger program where they actually reside like a parasite. There's a parasite living on another living object. So same thing in case of applet, it cannot run by itself. It must take help of a larger program. The larger program may be the web browser. The larger program may be the applet viewer. Okay, so I'm just stopping this presentation. I will come back because I am hearing some sound. That means someone wants to join. Let them join, and then we'll start from this. By this time, if you have any doubt, you can raise those doubts. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I have a call. No. So if you have any doubt, you can raise those. Is it clear up to this? So can I ask some question randomly to some of you and the go? Okay, so my first question goes to Sanchita Purwakait. Are you there? Sanchita, are you there? Sanchita Purwakait, are you there? Sanchita, are you there? Probably not.
Yes, sir.
So not the Samanto, Purwakait.
Okay.
Sanchita, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Describe applet in a single word.
Sir,
Describe
I
applet.
failed.
Yeah.
Sir, due to internet issues, I failed to. Means I got late today to join.
Okay. You got late. Very good.
Yeah.
Why you got late? Next time be on time. So my next question goes to Shubham Sharan. Shubham, are you there? Sanchita, keep your audio muted. Shubham, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me in a word, what is an applet?
Sir, applet is a
Applet is a why there is a break.
Java program or something that you embedded into a web page.
And then can anybody substitute the answer? Sneha, are you there? Sneha Chatterjee. Shubham, keep your audio muted. Sneha, answer. Sneha,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
tell me, what is an applet is
Sir,
all about?
sir, an applet is a Java program that runs in a web browser.
Okay, that runs in a web browser. Okay, thank you. Keep your audio muted. The next question goes to Someshwar. Someshwar, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hmm.
sir.
So, what difference you get from application with an applet?
Uh, Sir, in applets we can use GUIs like we can use mouse pointers and text boxes, whereas in normal Java we cannot get all those.
That is a very good point you have raised. Just muted, but from our discussion, what we have get so far, do not go further. Whatever we have discussed so far. So, in from there, what is the difference between applet and application? The question goes to Shubhajit Mukherjee. Shubhajit Mukherjee, are you there? Shubhajit.
Yes, sir.
Actually,
App is uh, sir, independent applets are dependent program. Just as you have said that applets are smaller program and it requires a larger program like or such.
applet. Very good. Very good. Just I am going to rhyme. Rhyme, are you? Rhyme Majumdar. Rhyme. Are you with me? Are you there? Are you Prithvidas? The full form of them.
The window WAMP MongoDB and PHP.
MySQL, not MyDB.
Sir,
MySQL.
in WAMP we use MariaDB. There is not MySQL. I use WAMP in my own computer. There is not MySQL. They are using MariaDB database. So it can be MySQL.
Okay. And what is LAMP stand for?
The Linux, LAMP, LA, the Apache, MySQL, MariaDB, and PHP.
And what is there is why there is 2P? You stop with the first P na PHP. What is next P?
So in XAMPP there is 2P, I think. So WAMP and XAMPP there is one single P.
Okay. So in case of XAMPP, what is the use of second P?
What? No, I don't know, sir.
It's probably Perl. If I remember, Perl that you are going to learn. Okay. So Jayashree, are you there? Jayashree Singh. Jayashree? Where is Jayashree? They have left the meeting. Keep their audio muted, video muted, and left. Jagriti, are you there? Jagriti? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So what do you can you differentiate between a static page and a dynamic page?
Sir, in static page, the content will not change on successive request, and in dynamic page, it will change.
And, okay, very good. And then what is the difference between a static page and a active page?
Sir, এটা আমি বলতে পারবো না, এটা মনে নেই।
So can you name someone in this who can answer this?
Sir, Oyan?
Oyan, yeah, Oyan. Jagriti, keep your audio muted. Oyan. Jagriti named you. That means you can answer.
So active page runs in server software. And
What is the
static page in
difference
client.
between a static page and an active page?
Sir, वही बोल लो.
No, static page and dynamic page बोले थे. Static page और active page बोले.
अच्छा, static page and active page. So एक तो भागते हैं तो.
Static page কোথায় execute করে বলো? কোন environment এ? Client না server এ?
Server environment.
Active page?
Client environment.
It is. Okay, now keep your video muted and now okay. So this is a difference between applet and application. Is it visible to all of you? Is it
Yes,
visible?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Applet is by default graphical. By default graphical. That means application are optionally graphical. More or less, when we use an application, the environment is CUI, command user interface. But when you use a applet, it's basically is a graphical, and by default it's a graphical. So always it should be a graphical. There is no optional. So it always is a graphical. An applet class must be public. We know na what is our default access specifier of a class. What is the default access specifier of a class? Are you able to hear me?
Public, sir.
Public.
Yes.
All time we write public in Java.
No, sir, it's default though. Default
It's
से use
default.
करें.
It's default. Okay. So, and what is the difference if you keep a public class name as public and if you keep a class name as default? Is there any difference in naming convention or saving rules? Is there any saving rule? I'm asking you a very simple question. In case of Java, whether the file name and the class name should be the same or it can be different. File name in case of Java, file name,
Sir, they have to be same.
file name and the class name must be the same
Yes, yes.
in Java always.
Yes, sir.
Who told you?
স্যার আপনি তো আমাদের ট্রাই করতে শিখিয়েছেন
But
স্যার আমরা
file
কোনোদিন
name আর
ক্লাস
class name আমি এটা এই জন্য শিখিয়েছি যাতে তোমাদের ম্যাপিং করতে সুবিধা হয়, কিন্তু file name and class name can be different. ধরো তুমি একটা ক্লাস ফাইলের নাম রাখলে এবং তার ভেতর ক্লাসটা এমপ্লয়ি, যখন প্রোগ্রামটাকে তুমি কম্পাইল করবে আউটপুটটা কি আসবে, এমপ্লয়ি ডট ক্লাস না স্টুডেন্ট ডট ক্লাস? আবার ভালো করে শোনো, তোমার ফাইলের নামটা হচ্ছে কি স্টুডেন্ট, ক্লাসের নাম হচ্ছে এমপ্লয়ি। যদি তুমি এটাকে কম্পাইল করো কি আসবে, স্টুডেন্ট ডট ক্লাস আর এমপ্লয়ি ডট ক্লাস,
এমপ্লয়ি ডট ক্লাস,
এমপ্লয়ি ডট ক্লাস। তার মানে তোমার স্টুডেন্ট প্রোগ্রামটার নাম হচ্ছে স্টুডেন্ট আর সেই স্টুডেন্টটার আউটপুট হলো এমপ্লয়ি ডট ক্লাস। তাহলে তুমি কি করে ম্যাপ করবে যে এই স্টুডেন্টটাকে রান করতে গেলে তোমাকে এমপ্লয়ি ডট ক্লাস দিয়ে রান করতে হবে? সেই জন্য আমরা বলেছিলাম ফর দিস টাইম বিং ইউ মাস্ট কিপ দ্য ফাইল নেম এন্ড দ্য ক্লাস নেম সেম, বাট ইট ইজ নট ম্যান্ডেটরি। ইটস নট ম্যান্ডেটরি যে তোমাকে ফাইল নেম আর ক্লাস নেম সেম রাখতে হবে, বাট there is a but is that in case of public, if you keep the file name, if you keep the class name as public, or if you prefix the public keyword before the class, then the class name and file name must be same. Try to understand. If the class name is preceded by the keyword public, that means that the class name and file name must be same. But if there is no public keyword, in such a case the class name and file name can be different. But for our convenience or for our better understanding, we keep the class name and the file name same. Hello. আমি তো কালকে বলেছি ক্লাসটা নেমে যাবে পরপর যেতে। Hello, understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference? Difference is that if the class are by default, the default access specifier for the class is default. If you do not make, or if there is no preceding keyword like public before the class, then the class name and the file name can be different. But if there is a public class, then the class name and the file name must be the same. Understood? So that's why we say applet class must be public. Why we are giving the difference now? The applet versus application. So why I am giving this option public, must be public? That means in case of application, it can be optionally public, but in case of applet, it must be public. Must be public. That means in case of applet, the class name and the file name should always be the same. Okay. Another is that applet in normally cannot access local data of the machine. We say now the applet program is very secure. Why we say, why this concept is actually incorporated? Because we say applet is an active page. Active page means it will be executed on the client machine. When you send a request for an active page, the active page will be downloaded into your machine or your system and it will be executed in your system. That means you are executing something which doesn't reside on your machine. So there is obviously a probability or possibility of threats. So how to mitigate those threats? To mitigate those threats is that the program that you will going to download is not going to access any local resource. So there is no possibility of security or the threat. That is the importance of the applet. That's why we say applet normally cannot access local data of the machine. Okay, so that is a very important part. Applet is very much secure. You can use applet without having any concern. Even in the period of the Chinese what we can say, the Chinese problem, they are putting or they are throwing the virus in our system. But in such a case, if you rely on applet, you are absolutely safe and secure. Okay, applet is not independent, as you already mentioned that applet application are independent, but applet are not independent. They are executed by a part of a larger program, and they does not have any main method. That is the last point. It doesn't have any so much importance, but this is the thing. It does not have any main method. That means it doesn't have any main method. So you will not find any main method in the applet. Okay, so main method is actually used in the application, but not in case of applet. So these are the difference between the applet and the application. Then moving on to the next part. This is the life cycle of applet. You can remember this. This is the thing that we have already done. This is the first part. This is the first part of the life cycle, and that is basically called as applet is initialized, then applet is started, then applet where you will get the output, then it will be applet is stopped, applet is no more active, and then finally applet is destroyed. Destroyed means it is no longer exist in the memory. But when we say applet is stopped, it is in the memory, you can restart it, but when destroy, that means there is no existence of the applet. You cannot start or run any applet. Okay, so that is the thing, that the applet will be first initialized, then applet will be started, then applet will be painted, then applet will be stopped, and finally it will be destroyed. And this is the thing. First it will be initialized, then it will start, then it will give the paint, then the stop. From the stop again you can back to the start, but once you reach to the destroy stage, you cannot go back. So this is the very important part of that is basically called as life cycle of an applet. And this is a hierarchy. You know already that everything is actually inherited from the object. Object is a root of all the classes. From the object we inherited the component. Component inherits object. Container is a part of a component. Then come the panel. Under the panel is the applet, and in the applet part there is a call part, another sub part, that is called the JApplet. So this is the hierarchy of the applet. Object is a root class, so we can say everything actually is inherited from the object, and just below the object is a component, which is followed by the container, which is followed by the panel, and then the applet, and the last level is the JApplet. So have you any doubt up to this point? Life cycle is a very flat one. Hello? Yeah, Sanchita? Bolo? Hello? 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 I am audible to all of you? I am audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the problem? Someone is trying to say something. Any doubt up to this? I hope if you have any doubt, I am coming to the next. Let the steps involved in building an applet. What are the steps? Import the necessary package as required. Write one applet program. Save it with the Java extension. Compile it. Create the class file. Run the class file using either the applet viewer or any Java enabled browser. So this is a very flat step. First step is you need to import necessary package to run or to build an applet. So first import all those packages, write a simple applet program and save it with the Java extension. You can use any kind of editor for that part, or you can use some sort of ID, whatever your preference, no matter. then compile the Java program to create a class file, .class file, and run the class file. So this is the thing, and this is a very simple program. Can anybody explain it? Can anyone explain this code? Just look at the code and try to explain it. Just look at the code and try to explain it. Can anybody explain it, the code? It is all, you are already familiar with this code, you are aware of this. Can anybody explain this?
স্যার বলবো?
বলো।
স্যার এটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি মানে একটা স্ট্রিং লিখবে অ্যাপলেটের, মানে এমনি বেসিক অ্যাপলেট, তার উপর লিখবে ওয়েলকাম টু অ্যাপলেট 150 বাই 150 হাইট আর উইথ দিয়ে, আর যেটা অ্যাপলেটের মানে যে অ্যাপলেট পেজটার যেটা হাইট আর উইথ হবে সেটা 300 বাই 300, এটাই হবে।
এবার একদম প্রথম থেকে লাইন বাই লাইন বল কি লেখা আছে।
গ্রাফিক্স জি, এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের মানে আর্গুমেন্ট যেটা আমরা ইয়ে করি, মানে অ্যাপলেট ভিউয়ার
একদম প্রথম লাইন থেকে, ফার্স্ট লাইন থেকে, ইম্পোর্ট থেকে।
ও আচ্ছা স্যার, ইম্পোর্ট জাভা ডট অ্যাপলেট মানে তো অ্যাপলেট প্যাকেজটাকে ইম্পোর্ট করছে, তারপর গ্রাফিক্স এডব্লিউটি থেকে গ্রাফিক্স প্যাকেজটাকে ইম্পোর্ট করছে।
গ্রাফিক্স নিচ্ছে, why you are taking the graphics?
গ্রাফিক্স জি এটাকে মানে
অ্যাপলেট is by default graphical, গ্রাফিক্স ছাড়া কিন্তু অ্যাপলেট হবে না, so you must import the graphics. Okay,
হ্যাঁ।
তারপর এবার দেখো আমরা লিখেছি public class, not the class. Normally we write the class, okay, but here what we have written public class. See the difference. Normally we write normal class, but this time it must be public, that's why it is a public class. Okay,
yes sir.
তারপর
স্যার ওই তো পাবলিক ভয়েড পেইন্ট মেথডটাকে কল করা হচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ, তারপর এই জি ডট ড্র স্ট্রিং মানে গ্রাফিক্স ক্লাসের একটা অবজেক্ট আছে জি, সেই অবজেক্টটা দিয়ে ড্র স্ট্রিং মেথডটাকে ডাকছে আর বলছে ওয়েলকাম টু অ্যাপলেট লিখতে উইথ হাইট 150 এন্ড উইথ 150, মানে পজিশনটা বলছে কোথায় হওয়া উচিত।
So better you explain it like this. See, whenever you need to explain it like this. The draw string is a method. It takes how many parameter? 3 parameter. First is the text, another 2 is a key integer. First text actually is a position where user will give their message, and the next 2 is the x and y coordinate of the message. That is not.
Yes sir.
So when you explain it, just try to explain it like this, that drawString is a method. It takes 3 parameters or argument. One first is the string and next 2 is the integer. The first string represent the message or the message of the user, and the last 2 part is the x and y coordinate of the message. Okay. And what is the next part? We applet code. What does it actually signifies?
Sir, that's the XML code.
XML code. Who told you the XML code?
XML or HTML maybe.
HTML code. XML you can say in the sense that it doesn't use any predefined tag. It is used your own tags, but still applet code. What does it app.class stand for?
Yes sir, it's app.class তো এই ফাইলটার ক্লাস এটাকে কল করছে, মানে বাইট কোডটাকে।
তার মানে কি এটাকে যখন আমরা কম্পাইল করব তখন কি তৈরি করবে? app.class, তাই না? তাহলে আমরা তখন আমরা কি বলেছিলাম যে applet execute by using the key class file. The Java interpreter takes the class file. So when you will compile this, if you go to our previous slide, you will find then compile the Java program to create a class file and run the class file. So we are actually running the class file. So how are we actually running the class file? So when you will actually compile the app, it will convert it to a key app.class. Okay, so we are actually executing which one? app.class, and there is a window of applet whose sizes must be larger than this size. Otherwise, you will not able to understand. If the size of the window is less compared to this, then there will be no display, right? So this is the width and the key height. So this is the width and the height, but these two are, one is the x coordinate, another is the y coordinate. So don't say height
Yes, sir.
and width. This is the coordinates, and this is the actually height and the width. Okay. So this is a pretty easy one. So how to run, compile it, Java C app.java to run applet, applet viewer app.java. So it will actually call this part. It will call this part only. It will call this part. Okay. So that's why it is actually kept into the comment part. So when you use the applet viewer, rest of will be comment and these two uncomment. The beauty of applet viewer. So applet viewer actually reads those parts which are actually put inside the comments. It doesn't read those parts which are uncommented. So that is the beauty of using the applet viewer. It reads the comment part of your Java program. Okay, that's why we say how to run applet viewer app.java. What is app.java? App.java is the name of this class or the program app.java. Okay, so that is all about applet. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you. So if you have any doubt and for further clarification and doubt, you may also call me, or you can also send me your clarification and doubt in the Google Classroom. So before ending, I am just going to ask some questions. So be prepared with the questions. Okay, so just wrap up the things. Now my next question goes to Debabrata Acharya. Debabrata, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there. Here, sir.
So can you give one difference between applet and application?
Sir, applet, sir, applet is a basic program. It means applet is a small program, Java program, which runs on HTML file or web page. Or an application is can be larger than the applet, and it runs always on a system or a OS.
Everyone is run on a OS. Without OS, we cannot run any program.
Yes, sir. But it's a local machine, sir. It needs a local machine.
And application runs on a remote machine.
Application runs on a local machine, sir. Applet can run on web page, sir. On a
web
HTML
page is
file.
residing in where? Your machine or in a remote machine?
A remote machine, sir.
No, your answer is not correct. Achha. Just unmute your video. Deep, what is your response? Deep.
Yes, sir.
What is your response? What is the difference between applet and application? Give 1 or 2 points.
So applet is by default graphical or follows the GUI, but application doesn't follow the GUI concept. And application applet class, all the class must be public in case of applet, but optionally public in case of application.
Okay.
And applet doesn't have any main method, but application have main method.
Any further?
Applet is not independent, but application is dependent.
Okay, very good, very good. And another is that applet is very much secure. It doesn't read any internal resource of power.
Yes.
Okay. Now my next question goes to Dhiraj Mali. Dhiraj, are you there? Dhiraj? Today is no quiz, but there is an online question answer. Dhiraj, are you there? Now just follow the Google Classroom. There will be a small questions that you have to answer. Okay. Go back to the Google Classroom. There is a small question. Answer it within 2 to 3 minutes. Do not take much of the time. Tell whatever you feel about this. So I am received lot of response from you, but one thing is that who are not joining this class, we are making some grade based on your response. So if in each day you score 1 point by whatever you have answered, right or wrong, whatever you feel, that doesn't matter to us. But those who are not attending, they are actually not receiving the score for each one for each day. So at the end of the day, their grade will matter. So for last 2 days, you have earned 2 points. Those who have attended and those who have not attended a single, they have lost 2 points. So if there are 20 classes, so those who will attend, they will get 20 points, and others will lose the 20 points. So there will be a huge gap between the grade. So you make the grade according to your participation in the class. So tell others to join the class. Otherwise, if they do not want to join the class, their grade will suffer the most. So with these small words, I have received lot of response. I don't know whether I have received lot of response in the Google Classroom. All the response are there. So with this, I am coming to end of this class. If you have any class in the second part from 3 onwards. Do attend the class. Okay, thank you for joining the class. Good day.